Holy crap, everyone talking about deep personal introspection. I just came here to say at 29 I learned that, while I knew the light bulb inside the oven is not what cooks the food, it never crossed my mind the idea of it being pretty hot after a couple hours of being lit, and that I should not touch it with my bare hand. Not really too late, but I'm in my early 30s and I realized a few years ago that this is the only body I'll get, so I need to take care of it. I've always been overweight and I've lost 76 pounds in the last year and a half. I've also been taking better care of my teeth and my skin, and I've been much happier since I started taking better care of myself. I'm 17 and going into my senior year of high school. As I was looking for colleges, my mom straight up said, "You're not moving out for college. You're going to a college in this state." She also looks down on the career I'm planning on going in. We aren't the richest family and she insists that I get a job that pays very well. I was just thinking that when I turn 18 she'll probably tone it down a bit. Apparently not. Edit. Spelling. It's embarrassing for me. But reading naturally, not forcing myself to do it. I'm 24, and 3 years ago I finished my first chapter book. I was so happy. I have since taught myself how to read complex literature, but yeah, definitely how to read well. It's okay not to have a romantic relationship in high school or even college. I started wigging out about it when I was like 13. I can't believe how much energy and stress I expended on a situation that was totally fine and normal. I was definitely not ready to have a relationship in high school or probably even college. I just wasn't mature enough or in the right place. I completely over-romanticized, pardon the pun, the whole concept. It solves a lot of problems, but it brings a whole host of new ones. I also didn't realize how much my friends and others I saw were exaggerating or even outright lying about how great it was to be with someone, all the sex they were having, and how perfect and happy they were. As it turns out, making people believe you are a happy couple is way easier than being one. My single days were the times when I grew the most and followed my dreams the most effectively. Being in love and partnered is great, but it's a trade-off. It's also okay to be single at any point in your life. There's more pressure as you get older to find someone, and loneliness is definitely powerful and can be crushing at times, but you should definitely be happy with yourself. And it sucks people in society can make you feel like you are doing something wrong just because you are single. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it now. I have been procrastinating all kinds of easy-to-do tasks until a year ago when I read that advice here on Reddit. TBH, I'm still procrastinating a bit, but not as much as before. Thank you, random stranger who wrote this. Getting things done feels much better than doing nothing. We all need to relax, but being lazy gets you nowhere. Pick up a creative hobby and make something. Exercise. Volunteer. Spend the majority of your time being active and then rest when you need to. The world is much more interesting than your couch. Took me a very long time to realize this. Just how much I needed my credit score to not be shit. Took 8 months to find a new place because it'd get denied. $2,000 to raise my score from 455 to 560. Got my place and a $20 interest made it tank back to 500. It's mostly all stupid crap I could have paid off plenty of times, but I never cared because it was never needed till now. Never needed it before because I lived with other people who were already on the lease. You know how it's practically impossible to learn a language after a certain age, and even if you do, it's never perfect. I think eating is the same way. If you eat like me and free up eating junk food, you will eat like that forever. I'm doing my best to learn to eat healthy, but man, shit hard. You can reach an old dog new tricks. I spent the first 20 years of my life being fairly reckless, breaking bones trying to live the send it bro lifestyle. Didn't look after my teeth, ate a shitty diet, and perhaps my biggest display of stupidity, smoked far too many cigarettes knowing I was asthmatic. Now I, 25 years old, can walk properly due to a pair of fucked knees, struggle with movement in both of my wrists, can even write properly due to early onset arthritis in my fingers due to the breaks over the years. I have huge back problems and now have a shoulder that dislocates itself at random. My lungs and chest don't work properly and I can get myself out of breath running up the stairs. I recently had to start wearing fucking dentures at 25. Don't just assume that it won't happen to you, because oh boy, lemme tell ya it will. You can't be shamed or mocked or ridiculed if you stop being afraid of it. Own everything you are, everything you do. Mock yourself without shame and you become impossible to ridicule. I was a bit awkward and shy when I was young. People used to make fun of me and I didn't know how to handle it, how to be cool. I was blushing all the time. I couldn't think of clever comeback. I was really hopeless. Then one day, I realized that if I act like I don't care, if I own my mistakes and weirdness, people struggle to make fun of me. I could even make them feel shame by acting chill. Then people started to see me as someone cool, chill, fun, because nothing could touch me. I wish I could have learned that sooner in life. People take nice, naive people for granted. I was very naive, that is. I am mentally 2 years behind what I should be with my disability child development teacher. Mother agrees. I used to at least act sweet to people, and sometimes I would listen to stories of naive children, adults being kidnapped and or murdered, but I always tell myself it wouldn't happen to me. I think I snapped out of it when I was listening to a podcast for a HS Junior English assignment. I don't remember what it was called, but basically it was about this woman who, after many years of social security problems with her and her dad and not being able to track it, finding out after her mom's death that her mom had been lead double lives behind the daughter and husband's back and using their assets for herself. The daughter contacts people her mom was friends with and the people says, "I do not know who you are talking about. She told us she never married or had kids.